Throughout human history, mankind has made many remarkable achievements. We've put a man on the moon, created the internet, figured out how to make Hawk Tuah edits with AI. But all of those pale in comparison to a feat that was achieved recently by an OnlyFans girl named Lily Phillips. She decided that it would be a fantastic idea to encounter 100 men in one day. Now, I'm not going to get into a whole lot of detail with what happened with her and 100 men because YouTube's going to strike me down with the hammer and bonk me on the head, but she basically had encounters with 100 straight men and filmed it for her OnlyFans. She would have one guy come in the room, be like, hey, what's your name? Doesn't matter. Come here. And then did that 100 times. And personally, I understand, you want to achieve greatness. Maybe she listened to David Goggins' podcast in the morning being like, stay hard. And that's what she tried to do. But personally, this is just me. I'll get to what happened after in a second, but why the hell would you do that? Is that not traumatizing? I mean, these OnlyFans girls, they always make it seem like some sort of joyous, amazing experience to be with all these guys, but is that not the weirdest, strangest, most traumatizing thing in the world to have one guy come in, be like, all right, bye, on to the next? Well, actually, we figured out how she felt about it with a post-game interview.
In my head right now, I can think of 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember. If I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100. I think that was kind of the hard part, is conversing with them and when they'd kind of be like, oh, we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes and you said 5 on the message. And obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Oh my goodness, how could no one have seen this coming? She actually didn't enjoy it. It was actually a bit traumatizing for her. Who would have thought that doing this would have resulted in her being a little bit upset? What I don't understand is she's like, oh, the worst part of it was just having to say goodbye to the guy after 2 minutes. And that was it. That's exactly what you signed up for. It was in the job description. That's like me being like, oh, I want to be, I don't know, trash removal man. And then me being like, oh, the worst part of the job was I had to touch the trash. You signed up for it. You wanted to do it. And now you're like, oh, I didn't like the fact that I had to go through multiple, that's what it is. So the worst part is you would think a girl like this who's destroying her mental and physical health is doing this, because she has no other choice. She has no other way to make money. No, let's look at her profile here. Lily Phillips is a 23-year-old OnlyFans influencer born and raised in the UK. She attended a state school and graduated with 5 GSCEs. She later enrolled in college to study nutrition, but her life took a different turn. She admits to sleeping around during her college days, which led her to create her OnlyFans account. So literally, she was in college. She was on path to, being a nutritionist, telling people, you should probably eat more vegetables, whatever, helping the fat epidemic. But as it turns out, she wanted a different kind of diet, and it was not lentil soup. So the sad thing is, she could have had a perfectly normal life, not gotten traumatized by 100 guys, but I don't know. I guess just the temptations took her away. And you want to know the even worse part of it was, even though she was obviously visually shaken by the experience, as one would be after getting violated by 100 different strangers, by the way, even though she was visually shaken, she is getting even more ambitious. Look what I just read in the news here. Phillips now plans to attempt an even more ambitious feat next year, sleeping with 1,000 men in a single day. To participate in the challenge, the men are required to provide proof of age by sharing the ID cards and photos, because that is the only issue here. That is the only thing we need to be worrying about, is the men's age, not the fact that, if 100 men shook her up, 1,000 might just actually kill her. I don't know why people do this to themselves. I read that she made $2 million a year from just her regular OnlyFans. So why? Why would you do this? You don't need to push the human. We don't need to see this world record. I know people love chasing records, but this just isn't something we need to see. No one wants to see that. And I couldn't even imagine being one of those guys like in that line. Like, how can you even like live with yourself as your man? Seeing dudes in front of you and behind you who are gonna do the same thing you're gonna do, and you're not special whatsoever. That is weird to me. And listen, I have no problem with OnlyFans as a concept. There's a demand, you need a supply. I know economics, but why would you ever do this to yourself and everyone else? It's so strange to me. But if you can find an explanation, please leave it in the comments. This is just a quick little video. I wanted to give my thoughts because people were asking me about it. So yeah, not ideal. All of you watching this, no matter your age, commit yourself to a good cause, not a cause of 100 men. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Peace.